Hey everyone, today we got the mighty 907, Object 907 Russian tier 10, one of my favorite medium tanks in a game. Let's jump to the battles, let's grind and let's see what this tank is capable. So the first battle is gonna be really quick and don't be surprised, it's World of Tanks, so 15 to 2, 5 to 15, it's always happening. Especially if an enemy trying to be so aggressive, like this gentleman Leo or Progetto, they're just getting shredded immediately in the beginning of the game. Although sometimes this kind of push works really well, but not when there is me with 907, with this beautiful 5 seconds real time. So we can dominate and push like nothing and don't be afraid of enemy getting, well, shredded. Same as this E3 standing in the middle of open, and with this kind of rate of fire, he got no chance to actually, well, to escape to anywhere. We're double tracking him and he's... Oh yeah! You got nothing to do. We double track him. He's out from the game. Trying to be aggressive as much as possible. And that's why I love this setup. And that setup is just crazy. Hard ring, verticals, rammer. Although, funny or not, but you can even increase the DPM. And with this kind of setup, I have 3,800 damage per minute. Yeah, exactly. But, and even against the IS-7, these armors can work. Although, obviously, I'm trying to side scrape. I will try, but I will get shot. As you can see, against 320 heat rounds, this tank, quite green, but in the same time, you still have a chance to ricochet. Against the stun rounds of 907, you have way more chances. So imagine you playing against the low tiers, against tier 8s, right? As I mentioned, that was a quick first battle. 5,800 damage. Just like that. Next one, we're gonna have a really decent game. Once again, well, previous was as well. We're using a really good push. Obviously, we got a blind shot because our ally was trying to cross. And that was a tester, by the way. And, yeah, well, it's 0 to 6. Oh, sorry. That's 0 to 8, 0 to 7, 0 to 8. Well, classic, once again, World of Tanks, as I mentioned before, previous game. We're just getting shredded, right? 0 to 8 game, and in this situation, you just want to try to dig as much as possible. We managed to take the first kill in our team. 1 to 9, 2 to 9, shredding to the left and right. And in this kind of situation, it's just horrible. It is 2 to 11 already, and the game is just... You can't stop it, and it goes really super quick. Luckily, this tank have a great DPM, so even in this kind of situation, we can farm to the left and right. We just need to have, well, a spare time, and we don't have a time. Enemy pushing towards, we taking the third kill already, taking some shots from Charfutur, left side Kapazunder, Panzer taking one, taking Kampanzer out from the game, and this is the situation where this tank is most shining. Mobility, armors, DPM, obviously not in this situation. Armors kind of gonna troll, but at the same time gonna work. As you can see, Panzer bouncing us. We're trying to truck him, flank him. That's working out pretty well. Although there is a Charfutur with a full clip, we need to watch out of him. Trying to give a shot for Panzer, taking him out from the game, taking Conway out from the game, and there is a... Unfortunately, Charfutur still with plenty of HP. And what is really sad thing is autoloader and... But another beautiful first class, 5,700 damage, 6 kills, high caliber. That was a great game. In this game, we're gonna try to use different setup. In this game, we're gonna use the spotting setup. And even with the spotting setup, trust me, this tank is capable to do things like this. Ah! You spin my head right now, when you go down, down. Glorious victory. Yeah, shoot me, man. And yeah, just like that, we had on that previous game a huge amount of damage, huge amount of spotting. And you can see that this tank is capable to deal damage without runner or damage setup. And we still got 5.5 second real time. That's more than enough. Keep that in mind, 907 have not a huge amount of shells. And especially if you go with the proper max DPM setup, which is Van's Bond rammer and Director's rammer, the DPM will be a 4.2, 4.3 thousand per minute. But trust me, you're gonna run out of shells quite often. And more likely you're gonna miss the shots. So don't boost maximum, in my opinion, of DPM in this tank. As you can see, you just need to find the paid actors, and if you find the paid actors like really like E5, like E100, well, they not really can do a lot in this situation. You just farm them and that's it. And we already got a 2.6 thousand pixel shot, and I complain about the gun. Assistance was in the very beginning, which is more makes sense because there was no light tanks in this game. And mediums are capable to take most OP thing, which is CVS. So we spot in the beginning, and then we were aggressive on the end. On the end, we got no extra assistance, although we're trying to YOLO. Obviously, Arthur's is better. And just like that, 4.7 thousand damage with 3,000 assistance. 2 kills as well. That was great. Then next one, a beautiful open Kempinovka. And once again, we're going to use the same setup, which... I mean, why not, right? If you're capable, TVS, take TVS. And even in this kind of situation, it's clearly you can see that gun behaves pretty well. Obviously, you're gonna have some derpy situations, but that really just taking 2 for the team, and we're not even getting spotted. Can we give the third one? No, unfortunately, no. Well, this is a wet dream game. There is no light tanks once again, so you just need to play against your mediums. We're sitting in the middle, which is the key, and we're providing assistance. We're trying to give the crossfire. Although, keep that in mind, this tank don't have a really great gun depression, so you're gonna... Probably one of the biggest minuses about this tank, it's not great in gun depression. The rest, I think so, is perfect. Obviously, it's Russian, can set on fire quite often or get ammo, blah, blah, blah. But the tank is really capable to do a lot. And just in like few minutes, we got already 4,500 damage, I mean combined, and we keep farming, and the shells flying right into the tank, even from that range, like 550 meters range, still hitting targets like nothing. So the gun is pretty nice, and you can get assistance as well because of TVS. I love 907, honestly, it's one of my favorites, but after Object 140 got buffed, I think so. I don't want to say Object 140 is better, but just because of gun depression, a little bit tinier, easier to play, but, well, Armors on 907 is definitely better. Obviously, another beautiful 15-5 game. Obviously, we can get blamed, and our TVS can be blamed as well. 8,000 spotting, 4,000 damage. Boom, 12,000 game. 1.7% up, look at you were almost correct. Well, next one, another beautiful open map, and maps like that, it's just go for it. Honestly, just farm as much as possible. In this case, oh, well, there is actually light tanks, which is dodgy, but the game is against tier 8. But I can tell you a secret, it's gonna be one of those games again. I mean, it's difficult to dig really good games these days, although the previous one where it was 0 to 8, we managed to make 10 to 15. And this one looking similar already, 0 to 2, 0 to 3. I mean, that's exactly what I mean about these days matchmaking. Well, let's hope so. There will be September soon, and maybe that will change something, but you never know, right? We're trying to fall back, sit in the back, try to provide assistance for our allies. We went in the hill in the beginning, but there was no allies pushing hill, so we decided to fall back, take the red line, use the double bush, because it's already, as you can see, 1 to 5, and nothing we can do about it. So we need to be passive, we need to farm as much as possible and provide assistance, and that's exactly what we're doing. 1 to 6 already. I mean, tell me it's easy to farm, right? Tell me. Well, in this situation, we actually holding enemies and making sure it's gonna be 2 to 6 already. Maybe even 3 to 6. It is 3 to 6. Unbelievable. Can we make it 4 to 6? That would be great. 5 to 6. And you see, just because of the good position and TVS, or even without TVS, that could be the same situation. You can change the game. You can definitely change the game. You can't maybe sometimes win, but definitely you can make it, instead of 2 to 15, you can make it 10 to 15. Or 6 to 9 already. We're supposed to lose this game. But just because we fall back a little bit more than we were before next to the rock, we managed to make this game already 7 to 10. And just because of this DPM, 8 to 11. Unfortunately, there's artists in the game. And there's a light tank still in the game from enemy side. And artist shooting 1 for 240. Then another one shooting through the gap of between T-28 prototype turret and the body. And we obviously getting YOLO'd because why not? But it was free mark game. That was a free mark game. We completed the task. 4.5 thousand spotting and 3.6 thousand damage with the free mark game. And by the way, we were twice almost getting free marks. We were once on 94% or 94.5 or something like that. We dropped down to 89. Can you imagine? And then we recover it, and we completed 907 free marks in 272 games, 60% win rate, and 3.5 thousand average damage, and 1.6 thousand average assistance, which leads us to have 5,000 plus combined, and that's more than enough to actually get free mark of excellence on Object 907. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you like it and subscribe it. And see you soon. GodPack is out. Bye-bye.